Hey there friend, good morning and welcome to this 10-minute morning yoga practice. My name is Katie and today we're doing 10 minutes of yoga for the hips. So we're going to get a nice deep stretch into the hips, get rid of any tension or aches or pains that you might be feeling there. Before we get started, if you enjoyed this video, please let me know at the end by leaving a thumbs up, or if you feel called to leave a comment. I always love to hear from you. This video is part of a playlist that is full of 10-minute morning yoga practices. So if you are trying to make yoga a daily habit, definitely check out that playlist. It will help you to do that. So with that all said and done, let's get started. We're going to start sitting on the mat. So if you prefer to have a little bit of support from a cushion or a yoga block, feel free to sit up on that here. We'll bring the soles of the feet together, making a big diamond shape with our legs, coming into butterfly pose. So hands can just rest on the feet or wherever they naturally fall to. We'll take a long breath in to lengthen the spine. And you've got options to stay here, or you can start to fold forward, keeping your back as straight as you can, maybe dropping your nose towards your feet. So we're just letting gravity do all of the work here. Don't force anything. If your knees need a little bit of support, you can have a blanket or cushions or blocks in underneath. Find your breath now, breathing deeply into your belly, into your chest, into your throat. Each time you exhale, emptying belly, emptying chest, emptying throat, maybe sinking a little bit deeper. Starting to feel the parts of your body here that are stretching. And just bring your awareness to them. Feed those areas with your breath. Take one more breath in here. Once you've completely exhaled, start to bring yourself out of the pose now, slowly lifting yourself back up. You might need to help those knees back in together with your hands. And then you can have the soles of your feet on your mat, feet about hip distance apart. Lean back on your hands here. And we'll just release that pose with a few windshield wipers. So exhale to drop your knees to one side. Inhale to lift them up. And exhale to drop them to the opposite side. Do a few more. It might feel good just to pause at one point and just open up those hip muscles in that way. And then when you're ready, you can come back to center with your legs out long in front of you. Shake them off here if you need to. And we'll come into nose to knee pose. So you're bringing the sole of your right foot up into your left thigh. And you can support this right knee with a cushion or a yoga block if needed. On an inhale, we'll reach the hands up towards the sky, lengthening your spine. And as you exhale, start to hinge at your hips, dropping your hands down wherever they land along this left leg. Relaxing your nose towards your knee. And we'll just pause here for a moment. So allow your mind to meander towards those hips. see what areas are being affected and see what they need. Do they need more breath? Are they asking you to go a little bit deeper? Are they asking you to back off a little bit? Your job with yoga is just to observe. When you're ready to come out of the pose, take a breath in and use it to lift you back up. We'll send that right foot back out. Maybe shake off the legs again if you need to. And now the sole of your left foot comes into your right thigh. Do what you need to do for support. When you're ready, inhale, lifting the hands. Exhaling, hinging. Hands land wherever they do. Nose drops towards the knee. And now check in on this side of your hips. Assist the pose by taking some big breaths in and out. Next breath in can lift you back up to center. Left foot goes back to meet the right foot. Shake off the legs if you need to. Now we'll swing those feet back behind us. Hands can come to the front. And we'll make our way into downward facing dog. So fingers are spread wide. Curl your toes onto your mat. Lift your knees up. And then drag your hips up and back. Finding an upside down V shape here. So knees can stay bent, point your tailbone toward the ceiling. Push yourself away from your hands, maybe releasing your head toward the mat a little bit more. Big breath in here, full body stretch. And if you want to, you can paddle your feet, stretch through the backs of your legs. Maybe sway your hips from side to side. Again, it might feel good to pause at one point if you find a pocket of tightness. Just let the pose open it up. Now we'll drop the right knee back down onto the mat and step your left foot forward in between your hands, coming into a lunge here. So your back foot can be tucked or you can have your toes on the mat. Just notice here what has happened with your hips. Whose turn is it now to feel the sensations? Send your breath in wherever it's needed. You can stay here in your lunge, or if you want to take it a little bit deeper, you can come into lizard pose by walking your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Keep the foot on a 45-degree angle, so maybe your toes are spilling away from the mat. Wrists below the shoulders here, and if you're having trouble bringing your hands onto your mat, you could have yoga blocks here as platforms. One more full breath in. And wherever you are in the lunge or lizard, you can start to slowly make your way back into downward facing dog. Using the pose just to release your hip again. And then repeating on the opposite side. This time your left knee drops to your mat and your right foot comes forward in between your hands. Find your lunge and just notice how it feels for your body. And then if you do want to come into lizard pose, walk your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Have it on a 45-degree angle. Experiment here, see what works. If the body is craving more, you can gently drop your hips towards the floor. Keep sending deep breaths into your hips. And then when you're ready, we'll slowly make our way back into downward facing dog. And take some time here just to paddle out the feet, sway the hips from side to side. Now you don't have to rush out of your downward dog. Stay here if you need to. But if you're ready, you can drop those knees back down onto your mat and just come to sit in whatever way is most comfortable for you. We'll take a nice deep breath here just to get rid of any tension. So you might close your eyes here. Relax your head towards your heart. Draw a full breath in, filling up your entire body. And then maybe as you exhale, opening the mouth and just getting rid of all of that tension. So thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed this 10-minute practice for the hips. If you did, please leave a thumbs up. And don't forget, there's lots more practices just like this for you to try every morning. If you want to stay on your mat a little bit longer, I do have a 10-minute meditation, which I would recommend for you to do. So hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day and goodbye.